Ocean is one of the more unique trains in North America in terms of equipment used. The Ocean uses European-built passenger cars based on the British rail Mark IV design called Renaissance cars. These cars are unique to this train and have many differences from more standard North American offerings. One of the main differences is the transition or hallway car. These transition cars are some of the most unique cars in North America, with only 3 existing. They can normally be found as the last Renaissance car before the Bud section of the Ocean's consist. On our train, we had transition car number 7600, the class car of the 3 hallway cars on Via Rail. From the exterior, you can see how different these cars are from Via Rail's normal Bud passenger cars. They are slightly shorter and more narrow to meet the tighter European loading gauges. The main reason for these cars' existence is to connect the traditional North American coupler-equipped cars with the European-style coupler cars of the Renaissance fleet. Here, we can see the European style between 2 Renaissance cars. On the other end of 7600 is a knuckle coupler connecting to the Bud cars. Looking down the 7600 one more time, we can really get a sense for the size difference between the conventional equipment and the Renaissance equipment. Moving inside the train, we start at the end connecting the Renaissance coach to the hallway car. Looking through the Renaissance equipment, we have a decently open vestibule. The 7600 does have a pair of doors on one end, however they were marked as to not be used during our trip. Looking towards the rear of our train and the Bud section, you can see just how open this car is, and how it is truly just a hallway. There are some cabinets for HVAC, cold storage, and dry storage. There are also various flags on display on the walls, which we will look at in more detail shortly. On the Bud side of the car, the vestibule is much more closed off due to the design of the Bud vestibule. It does not take long to walk through this car, as we go from the Bud section towards the Renaissance section. On the walls of this train, there are flags for Canada as well as her provinces. First up is the Canadian flag. Then we have the flags of Newfoundland, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia, and Quebec. These are some of the provinces of Canada and some of the more unique flags. There's also the flag of Acadia, which represents a former settlement in eastern Canada. Additional features of this car include a very dated map of the Via Rail system, 4 windows for viewing outside, and of course the traditional Canadian first aid kit, fire extinguisher, and rescue equipment. I found this car to be one of the more unique rail cars I've ridden on in North America, and love the one single purpose that they serve. As a non-revenue car only meant to connect two halves of a train, the hallway car will always be one of the more obscure cars and one of my favorites. Thanks for watching. If you liked this hallway car review, do not forget to subscribe for future rail fanning videos.